Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, the Nebula Awards has announced its nominations for the next award show. I think it's the 60th annual Nebula Awards, which is on June 7. And I don't understand this. Somehow they are nominating Lower Decks for the Outstanding Dramatic Presentation Award. Now, this is a half-hour animated sitcom, which is a parody of Star Trek. And it's nominated alongside Dune, I Saw the TV Glow, Dot and Bubble, Doctor Who, a Doctor Who episode, Wicked and Chaos. As far as I know, these are all movies and 1 hour dramas. So how the hell is a half-hour animated sitcom nominated for best drama? This makes no sense. I mean, clearly these people hate Star Trek, because this is only the third nomination Star Trek has ever gotten in 60 years, which shows they must have a real issue with Star Trek to never have had nominated in the past, in its glory days. And their nominations are fairly suspicious. Now, the first nomination was for the fan film, which had George Takei in it. I think it was Time and Time Enough or something, I think it was the name. That's the one where George Takei comes back and he's been lost in a dimension for like 40 years, and he's had a daughter, and it was really well done. It kind of deserved the nomination, but it's curious that that got the nomination. It's like they identified as fans or something, because they sort of, I guess, they're viewing Star Trek at least, or maybe Hollywood from the outside, and it's like they're going to not nominate the actual show but nominate like a fan film. And then the second nomination was for an official Star Trek product, and it was actually the 2009 JJ film. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I don't enjoy that film for what it is. Overhyped action film. It's not a science fiction film, it's not a Star Trek film, but I did watch it like 20 times in the cinema, and I do enjoy it when I don't think about it. They nominated that, which just goes to show, I think, an issue with Star Trek, where it's like, well, we're going to nominate this, it's not a parody, what would you call it? This regurgitation of Star Trek. We're going to nominate that, not actual Star Trek, but that. And then now this third nomination, the second for legitimate, licensed Star Trek, which is they're nominating the half-hour sitcom parody of Star Trek that does nothing but undermine Star Trek. Clearly these people hate Star Trek, because Mike McMahon's being nominated. Now, Mike McMahon, I hate him. I'd throw him out in the airlock if I could. The man first appeared on the scene doing what was supposed to be a book of the 8th season of Next Generation. I thought someone had gotten handed some scripts that hadn't been developed and was actually looking at what the series might have done. I thought it was a serious thing. It was just this guy just doing a piss take of Next Generation, just making fun of it. And he's one of those people who watched Star Trek from the outside. He wasn't a fan, didn't get involved, didn't actually embrace it, didn't enjoy it, just looked at it from the outside and laughed at it. And he thinks just because he enjoys laughing at it, that makes him a fan. And he does something like Lower Decks, which is a parody, which makes fun of Star Trek. So no new fan can watch any original Star Trek and not think of it as a joke, because they've seen it all and seen it all made fun of in this show. So it's there to sabotage Star Trek and make sure new fans can't watch it, because they can't take it seriously, because all its flaws have been pulled out and parodied and made fun of. So he's done a huge disservice to the Star Trek franchise. He did it knowingly, willingly, and I really hate the guy. Not as much as Stephen Arabera, whatever his name is, because he knew what he was doing. This guy doesn't have a clue. So the nomination's more for him, and I think it's more for him trying to destroy Star Trek. So clearly the people at Nebula hate Star Trek. And this is surprising. I just assumed they'd nominated the original show and the movies and everything plenty of times in the past, and I discovered they actually never have. They didn't nominate any of the original Star Trek series, not the original series, not Next Generation, not Deep Space Nine, not Enterprise, not Voyager, not the animated series, not the movie series. The first real nomination was for a fan film starring George Takei, and that's it. That's the only real Star Trek that got nominated in 60 years. So clearly they hate Star Trek, so that's weird. And the other little bit of news is just that Patrick Stewart and Rebecca Romijn have both been named in the new Marvel film they're doing, or the next phase or whatever they're doing, because I heard about this, that they'd announced some of the actors who were in the new movie or phase or whatever, and I thought, oh, I should do a video about that. It was still going because they had like 45 actors to name, and they were spending like 10 or 15 on each, and they're just showing like an empty chair, and it was just driving people mad. And all people have been talking about is how long it's taking for them to do this. And I went to bed, it was on. I got back up and it was still on, and they still hadn't finished. And I saw someone doing a video about it while it was still being in the process. And I'm like, wow. And everyone's carrying on about how boring it was and how this could have been a great opportunity to hype up everything, and they just made a mess out of it. So, as far as I know, they're the only Star Trek actors who are going to be in the new thing. Although Kelsey Grammer did appear, he was in one episode, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think and why you think Nebula hates Star Trek so much. I'm shocked to see this. I didn't realise this was an issue and something that had been happening for like 6 decades.